The phenomenon that's driving these suicides, it's as much as 7-1 in the younger age group. Most of them is what neuroscientists call repeated social defeat. That's a term taken from experiments with mice. Mice have remarkably similar nervous systems to human beings, so that's why experiments with mice are usually very, very applicable to human beings. If you take a mouse and you put them in a situation like a maze or something like that, and then rig it so that he will fail, what will happen is they will develop chronic depression and crushing anxiety. That's what happens to the mice. Same thing happens to humans. And what we have is a culture now developed in the last 50 years in which our culture is completely rigged against men. There's no way for men can win in terms of fulfillment or cultural advantages. Some men do win economically, politically, otherwise, but there are enormous stresses and pressures on men and boys now. The suicide rates for men, and mostly are where men have contact with our institutions, the education system, the military, entry into the job market. That's where men are encountering most social defeat because it has been rigged against them in the last 50 years.
Men are dying, and they're dying from this condition. And the condition they're dying from is being hated, being discriminated against. In a sense, if you look at the figures of men who lose their homes, their families, their children, and most of them, 90% of those homeless men are there as a result of domestic violence. They've been kicked out, they've been lost. We look at that, I think it's a form of genocide.